Here we are. All right, we are live, my friends. Yoo-hoo! Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing today? All right. So I did schedule this for 6 o'clock, and because I thought I wasn't going to be ready in time because I had a doctor's appointment, but the doctor's appointment was fast. And so I am ready. And so I decided it would behoove us all to go at 5 o'clock since that's the normal time that we do these tutorials. So I'm sorry if that confused I'm sorry if that confused y'all. I've been pretty much living in a state of confusion in the last 2 weeks, which kind of happens to me during the holidays. So 3 people are already on, so that's good. Say hi if you're on. I'm going to try and pull you up here on Facebook. So that's what's going on. La la la, say hi, hello. I was confused, but you're here. Yay. I am so good at confusing people, aren't I, Sandy? I'm so good at that. Okay. I am so good at confusing people. Man, that is a talent I have. I'm so good at that. Let me, sorry, I got to turn the volume off there. Okay, there we go. All right, so how are you, Sandy? Hi, Sue. Hi, Michelle. Well, so I thought some people, if they're waiting for a tutorial, they might check at 5, and then some people may have seen that I scheduled at 6. So I was just like, I'll just go. I'm ready. Early. My appointment didn't take as long as I thought it would. This is just a super casual tutorial. Confused, LOL. It's Christmas, right? Yeah. That's what happens to us, right, Michelle? When we get to be this age, we just are confused all the time. Or maybe I confuse you all the time. I don't know. I've been, during the month of December, tutorials to me are really hard because everybody has their mind on Christmas. Like, we don't want to probably spend 5 hours painting anything because we have so much to do. So I just thought I'd keep on doing these quick little things. This is the last tutorial of the year because I am taking 2 whole weeks off. So I just want to let you all know that I am taking 2 weeks off. I need 2 weeks off of just everything. I'm working at the gallery, but I'm not going to be working on art. I mean, I have to do my shift at the gallery, but I'm not going to be working on anything except for tightening up some loose ends and working on new projects that I can tell you about next year. Anyways, so I have all my watercolors. I don't have any inspiration because I just have all these thoughts in my head about all these different things I see every year. I am going to dump this out because I need this to draw a circle. Half of them fell on the floor. That's normal. Here, just gotta pick them up. Shame doesn't get them. All right, because I am going to use that to draw a circle. So I'm just going to kind of run through a few little fun watercolor ideas. I don't send cards out for Christmas, but I do, like, the few gifts I give, I do love to do this and just have them be my own cards. But I don't do that. Now, if I were going to send cards out, I would pick my favorite piece and photograph it and then put in computerized writing, right? Merry Christmas and computer or whatever. And I'll tell you how I do that and why I do that. So that way I can change the colors and do everything to it. All right. Okay. So I had scheduled it for 6 because I had a doctor's appointment, Michelle. That's the dealio. So let's see where we are here when I take the camera down. This first piece of paper, whoop, there's my body. I think I need to take the camera to the side and so you guys can see what I'm doing and higher so you can see the whole paper. So let's just do that. Oops. Sorry. I know I'm going to make you all sick here while I do this. Okay. There we go. maybe farther away. And move it away from me. Hopefully that's good. Okay, I think that's good right there. Okay, so this is a 8x8 square piece of paper. And this is something I saw on Pinterest, and I've never tried it, but I thought this would be super cool to try. And so I'm going to do, and this is 8x8 because I want to draw it bigger, or I want to paint it bigger than a little tiny card. And then if I were to give it as a card, I'd photograph it and print it out. That's how I would take care of this. But of course you can do this smaller, but it's not so fun for you guys on tutorials to see small, right? So I'm going to try and make sure that I have it right in the center. And then I'm going to draw a faint little circle and try to keep it as faint as possible. Please don't tell me I lost my eraser. I probably did. Whatever, it's on this table somewhere. Okay. All right, so there's my faint little circle. Not so faint because my eraser is supposed to erase it, but my eraser doesn't look like it is in my pen, but it's going to be here somewhere because I've been using it for the last 2 days. Oh well, I'll worry about that later. Okay, so this is like kind of, I guess, a modified wreath. I'm going to get water on all these colors. So I just put out my pans and the ones that I think I'll use, which is turquoise, blue, green, pink and red, purple. I'll pull out more, I'm sure. And then I have gold, silver, and black. No, I don't have silver. I have gold, white gold, which is just a shimmer, and black, and white. White, so I can mix, I guess. Okay, so basically I'm going to start with some, like a really thin vining, and I'm just going to go out this way. So we're going to go on this circle and kind of go out. So David doesn't know that I'm live right now.
You can take your toy and hide somewhere.
So I don't even know like what I saw. At this point, I don't even know what it looked like. Right. What I'm doing right now is I'm just going with my gut instincts here. I just know what the idea was. I don't like that straight line, but whatever. It'll get engulfed in everything. Okay. That should dry fairly quickly because it's very faint. Okay. It looks super ugly right now, doesn't it? But that's okay, because we're going to work on that. So I'm going to mix up. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Can you bring me a white plate or a plastic plate that's on the bottom shelf, a clear plastic plate that's on the bottom shelf of the cabinet, the pantry? Thanks. Because I'm going to mix some white in with this green so I can get a really pale maybe dusty, and I might even mix some gray in. That's what I'll do. Did you find them?
The little white one?
Anything. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. And would you like to pour me a glass of wine?
Yes, maybe.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to mix up here. I'm going to mix up some pretty pale green with white. Put some white on my palette. And then I'll put some gray on my palette. And I think that's going to give me a nice dusty green. So let's get some of that off my brush. And tap in there and tap in there. There we go. And that's what I wanted. And I'm just going to do some dragged leaves, dragging those leaves.
Here's all my glasses.
Thank you. Some of them I want them to be really big leaves. So I'm going to do this and leave some white in the middle. I really love the faded colors that I just made with that green and that gray and that white. So how I'm making these leaves is touching the tip down and making a nice pointed area and then pushing the entire brush down and then dragging it to give a nice pointed leaf. And this is a pointed brush, which is, you know, a pointed round brush, which is very helpful. I keep on going until this paint is gone, and then I'm going to switch it up. Barely have any left. Maybe just a few little tiny ones here. You can see that it's very pale, which is lovely. I love how they're all like slightly different colors because of how much paint is on the brush. All right, so let's see, I still got a little bit left. Let's get it all up. Let's do that. No wasting, no wasting. Let me see, next time I'm gonna have to use a different shaped brush, which, boy, I didn't bring much. Oh, that's different. My watercolor brushes, my actual watercolor brushes are at the studio down the street. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take that excess paint off there before I clean my brush off. That's gonna dry fairly quick. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with that teal color. I'm gonna get some white, more white. In fact, I'm just gonna try and get a lot of white on my palette. Let's see if I can do that. Mix this white real good and put it on, just pour it on my palette. There we go. Because I'm gonna use a lot of this white. There we go. That's good. Wipe that off. Rinse. I can already tell I'm going to have to come and go get more water. Okay, let's pour some of that teal on. This is turquoise, not teal. Ooh, that's what I should do with the teal. I should make this color, this pale color with it, huh? Okay, so let's grab some white. Ooh, I don't want to ruin all that white. There we go. There we go. And now let's grab some gray. Okay, that's a lot of paint on my brush. So I'm going to take some of that off, and then I'm going to try my hardest to make a different shaped leaf. Shoot, that's the wrong brush to make a different shaped leaf. Let's get some water on this brush, and let's go like this. All right. Ooh, I like that. They're kind of fatter because the brush is fatter. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to go right over some of the leaves and let that translucency just let it be. Something often I'm not good at, like allowing the translucency, but when I see watercolor that I love, I see a lot of that. Now I'm going to make it even lighter with some more white and more gray and more water. Let me get a sprinkle of water on here. There we go. Take some of that off. How's everybody doing? Did anybody else come on here that I didn't see? Let's make some go the other direction too. Hi, Kier. Fatter is good. I love how it's fading out. You tried to make one translucent. We'll see. We'll see if this, you know, whatever. Like I said, I didn't practice any of this, and I'm just kind of playing with my ideas here and allowing you guys to join me. Sometimes, and I know why this is, it's because I got some oil on the paper. Some of the watercolor didn't stick, and it's got to be oil from my own hands. But it creates a cool effect. Well, it also could be because my brush isn't wet enough. All right, let's go for another color of grayish teal, right? So let's find the teal in this set. Oh my gosh, I love it when I love the really light ones. Let's get some small ones. Because there's almost nothing on my brush, and I just love that. I love that almost light look. I gotta find my eraser. That's what I gotta find. Okay, here's that white. I'm gonna need more of that. Let me find my teal. I think this is it. Viridian. No, let's do this one. This is a darker teal, and it's really pretty. Turquoise green deep is what it's called. Put lots of water in there. I'll mix it with this other brush so I can just get a bunch out. All right, that is a beautiful color. Let's start with it plain, how it is with a lot of water. So, which will make it fade. Okay. Dang, I wish I had my other watercolor brushes here. Yeah, I say yeah. Well, I can paint in a different shape with my brush, a different direction. Too much water? Too much water. I want to make sure I'm painting not where the flowers are too wet, or else there's going to be too much bleeding, or the leaves are too wet. I painted right over that one, so we'll just make that one a mixture. Let's get right out here. Now I'm going to mix some white into that teal. That's so pretty. Just trying to fill up the page now as we're here. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to fill it Whoops, fill a few of these areas actually. Just kidding. I really just liked that leaf that I made down here. So coming in from this side, so I'm going to do it again. That's kind of a fun thing. Let's change the direction. The leaf is coming down from the outside of the frame, right? I think that is doing something I like. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry for a minute. I'm gonna go into that gold that I made that I put a lot of water in. And I'm gonna use this really, really, really fine, thin fine liner brush that I have. And this is gold watercolor. And I'm just gonna go around this line because I was going to erase it, but I was like, no, let's since I don't have my eraser, let's just go with it. And see, that's how we work. Pretty. Okay, now I don't really like all of the green leaves, so I'm going to go over them with a little bit of gold, or all the green stems. I'm just going to make them a little more brownish green just by tapping them with the gold. If I'm honest, I don't like them at all. And I'm just going to add a little bit of gold in some of these leaves. Just because I think that'll just kind of bring the gold around, right? Like, it'll make it make sense. You know, like when we do a painting, we usually don't add a color only to one spot of the painting, right? That's kind of pretty. That kind of added a little highlighting to it. Okay, and let me cover up this pencil right here. And the gold covered up the pencil really nicely. Okay, now that it's almost dry, now I'm going to go in with some berries. So I've got like a red and a rose, a bright red and a bright rose color. And I think, oh, Carrie Trematazzi, this is when I need you. I think what I want to do is I want to put a little dab of water, little circles of water on, and then look at that's taking that off, taking the blue off, and then add the paint in and kind of let it soak in and dry. But I'm having a problem seeing where I added that water. That's my problem here. So maybe that is just me being too, nope, I like it better the way I did it before. Okay, let's focus on this. And I'm gonna like this color better, the pinker. It's called Rose Madder. I definitely liked dabbing a dot of water in, and then I'm gonna use a better brush to do it, and then dabbing it with the paint. I liked the way it looked better. But The hard part is seeing where you put the circle of color, right? The circle of water. It just looks more watercolory. There we go. I just have to go at it. I got to look at it at an angle. Carrie, I need you to just pop on here and teach this for me. That's what I really need. It's pretty, kind of. It's too much water. That's what I'm doing wrong. I know what I'm doing wrong. Too much water. I like that more, the more watery look. Let's add some of this pink to this red over here, which I don't like. I suppose I could move it around and make them bigger, right? I guess it's just easier to do it this way, adding more water to my brush, right, Carrie? Oops, let's add more water. Okay, so this is kind of the gist of it, but I think like as far as this card idea, I would let all this dry and then go in with another color. But also on these little berries, I think I'm going to go in with some of this white silver. So this is like it's frosty, and that's, yes, look at that. Oh my gosh. That's so pretty. So this is like just like I guess a pearl white. Nothing says holidays like a little shimmer, right? I don't know if you guys can see what's happening here, but it's really pretty. Especially these dark ones. And I am mixing my colors, if you're wondering. It's how I roll. Oh, that's pretty. That makes all the difference in the world. with these little berries. Just gives them some really cool dimension. Cool. Okay, so this has to dry before I add anything else. So I'm going to take it away and I'm going to go on to my next two ideas that we're going to work on 2 cards at one time. But for this, so what I would do when I'm finished with it is I would put Happy Hol. I would take a photograph of it and I'd upload it into Canva and then put font in my favorite font because I'm not a lettering person and I don't even want to take the time. Also, I want the photograph without the font on it so I can change it around. I could say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or it could be something else. And then I can make a little square card out of this because this is square. But these are the right size. This is that 4x6 watercolor. I cut them actually, but to be the shape of the watercolor pads. These are the right size for to photograph to make they're 3x5s, I guess, maybe 3x5 cards. And this one's a little bit bigger. But I wanted to try 2 little things with trees. So just bear with me and I'm going to get a deeper green. And again, I'm going to put some white on. Oh, shoot. My water is going to be so screwed up. I want to get a lot of white on my palette and some gray. And this darker green, deeper green. So where's that gray? You guys should see what my house looks like. So I'm making 100 candles, soy candles for my husband's work gift. We do that kind of every year. They all love getting my candles and I love getting paid to make them. And so I make them for all the car dealers that he works with, which is a lot. 100. So there's candles all over my house. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw some trees, glorious trees. We're going to do some background trees, and I'm just going to do a little straight line for the background trees. I'll draw it darker so you guys can see it. And then we're going to do some foreground trees. There we go. All right. And then this one is just going to be triangles. So we'll see how that goes. All right, here we go. So I'm going to start with this green. And let me get water on all the greens. And we're going to make a gray green. And we're going to make it very pale. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'll move this so you can. So I've got some green. I'm going to take some gray, move some green. Oops, there we go. There's the gray green. That's what I wanted. All right. And a paper towel to, let's just use a piece of paper to test my color. Okay. So this is going to be the background tree. I want to make sure that it's just really, really pale. So really, really pale there. And then I'm going to darken that up, and I'm going to paint just a triangle here. Just so that can dry. Let's just get some of that color on there. There we go. Okay. Now let's go back to more pale. So I'm going to do that same color of the pale over here. I should have done the line with watercolor, but for the sake of time, that's why I didn't do that, because I wanted to be able to go right into this with you guys. Okay, let's see. I need some more water on this paint. So let me get another color of green and get it all shook up in there, and then lay it out. Now I'm going to take some white to that green. And it's going to be very pale too, I believe, but just a slightly different shade. Yep, I like that. I don't know if you can see how fast it's drying, because when it's very thin, it's gonna dry fast. I'm not putting a lot on. Now I'll mix those two colors together just to make a slightly different shade, or maybe even add a little bit more gray, who knows. Yeah. I think the key is, when you're doing these little trees, is to keep a lot of white. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to get another color of green here. So, but I want it to be nice and bright. So I'll just put my brush right into there, and I'm going to do a bigger, tall, skinny triangle. Add some water. That's so thick, it almost looks like acrylic, huh? I'm going to add some more water just to thin it out a little bit. Okay. Let's get that dark green back into here too. Wow. These watercolors are so pigmented, it's crazy. I love them. Okay, now I'm going to go to another color of green, which is this bright, 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 bright green. And I'm going to draw another triangle. Then we're going to get to our little forest. Cute. That is bright green, isn't it? That's too bright for me. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put some of this forest green in. That's pretty. And let's add some other colors to these while they're wet, right? So it will bleed and look so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna let that stay like that. Let that dry. Now we're gonna work on this. So this is dry. So now what I wanna do is I wanna go in with these dark, right? With the dark colors. So let me get some water on these. I should have brought my squeegee or my spray bottle, something. I think these are the 3 colors I want, or maybe even this one. This one is dark, sap green, dark. Ooh, look at that. Okay, that's gonna be beautiful. Sandy. Sorry guys, I haven't been looking at comments. I do get in a trance when I'm working with watercolors. I will look at them now. Hi, Brenda. Okay, here we go. All right. So let's go with this dark green. Let's put that right in the middle. Okay, and I want it to be fairly pigmented here. So these are the trees in the foreground. And they are going to come all the way down to the ground here. Okay, and I want them to be wet, and I'm going to work kind of fast, so bear with me. Okay, I'm going to switch up the color now to, oh, I didn't do this dark color. Shoot, let's try that. Oh, that's black. Damn it, I did do the dark color. Oh my gosh, you guys. I kill myself. I kill myself sometimes. That is a dark green tree. We'll just mix some of it in. The magic of this one is about to happen. I'm so excited. Okay, let's make sure this is all wet. All down here. Okay. I mean, we could add more trees in. Even back here. Yeah, let's fill in some of these spots. Okay, you get the point, right? All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm going to go like this along that line, and I'm going to make sure it has plenty of water on it, And I'm going to touch that line. And we're going to let that start bleeding down. It's going to be so pretty. Oh, let me get this up here. It's got to touch that. It's got to just touch the bottom of your trees. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it happening? It's really pretty. This one needed a little bit more paint down here, but I don't want to put too much more because then it'll be like, maybe. Just give it a little added. There we go. Now, we'll move it around. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm going to let it go up into the trees a little bit, and let's bring it down. Okay, that to me is super, super, super pretty. I love it. I did this maybe a year ago for a fall card, but it wasn't nearly as pretty as that one. I really, really, really like that. Do you guys like that? Oh, it's so pretty. And then I have a little stamp, and this is dry right here, but I'd wait for it to dry. And you can just put happy holidays or happy winter or whatever. Even when this is dry, it would be so fun to put some of that silverish paint on there. Okay, so that was card number 2. And then card number 3 is just as simple as our dots, doodles, and daisies, whatever it might be. I'm going to put on a little trunk to all these with some brown. They each get a trunk. Super fun. And they're not dry, so let me dry it real quick. I got a heat gun here. If I'm careful with it, I think I can dry it in 3 seconds. I had to use the heat gun for the candles because when you get bubbles, you blow them out with the heat gun. So I've got it right here handy, but I don't want to burn my paper. Working like a charm. The paper actually went flat and not worked anymore. Okay. I mean, you guys, this is obviously probably something you've seen. It's no big deal, but it's the simplest, fun, cute card, I think, like idea to make a card. But just to doodle on each one differently. I like the idea of cute, different colored trees too, but for the sake of today. That dry? cute. And then let's see here. What shall we make on this little vine? Ta-da! Cute as a button. And then a little stamp that says Happy Holidays, or add your words on however you like. I think this one is my favorite. This one is my least favorite, but that doesn't mean it's finished, right? We could work on this a little bit better, probably. I can do better. Anyways, I just wanted to come and do that simple thing with you guys today. And I will be checking in on Friday, I think at 6 though, for happy hour. And then we're done for this year, for 2023, if you can believe that. Also, I just want to let you know, we are going to do, thank you, Michelle. You might need more layers. That's all. Yes, I definitely need more layers of this. And do you ever do something like this and you lose interest and you're like, ooh, I'm not seeing it. And then later you do it. And I'm thinking it might be, since this is like translucent, it might be fun to go over it with acrylic, right? Anyways. All right. So starting in the new year, we are going to have, we are going to do a goal setting like we've done in the business builder. So if you're familiar with that, we're going to do a goal setting, and we are going to do with Monica is going to do a vision board. So that first week, and well, the second week in January is when we're going to start, and we're going to start with goal setting and a vision board. So goal setting will happen before the vision board. It will happen on happy hour, the first Friday in January. And that's our first class back. And then we'll do the vision board, and then, we'll go into our regular tutorials, but that's going to give me a lot of time to regroup and plan some really cool stuff. So I will see you on Friday for happy hour. And you guys, the group is open for you guys to post all of your holiday activities, crafts, cooking, whatever you want to share with everybody here. The group is open. I'm not approving any posts. Now, if I see something and it's vulgar, if you know what I mean, Michelle, then I'll take it down. Okay? Oh God, I'm cracking myself up. And more gold. Yes, this needs more gold, right? Maybe some, because the gold gets pretty opaque, so maybe some big gold flowers over it. Maybe when I calm myself down, because that's what happens. It's like I'm painting and I'm like, oh my God, I'm hating this. Maybe when I calm myself down, I can regroup and I can look at it, right? But this one I'm loving. And these I could do all day long because I love them in all different colors and all that. So anyways, mwah! Thank you guys for coming and playing with me today. It's always nice to have somebody here to talk to. So, oh yes, probably I meant foul. Yes. All right. Mwah. Love you all. have a happy, if I don't hear from you or see you, or if you're, doing your thing, I get it. Have a happy holiday. Okay. Merry Christmas. Bye, guys.